The image of grizzled travelers riding the rails from town to town or winos hunched beneath bridges is a far cry from what homelessness has become. A sometimes hidden population walking the streets not in rags, but in clothes much like Chris Hustler's. Chris once hauled large paychecks as a pipe fitter in the oil patch, yet in what seemed like an instant, his life was shaken from its foundations.
I found myself alone again, right? Depression started to set in. I pounded the streets for 2 months. I lived on the streets for 2 months here in Medicine Hat.
The man now bouncing from shelter to shelter is a mirror image of what statistics show upwards of 1,100 individuals dealt with last year in our city. Accessing emergency shelters and relying on hot meal programs to stay alive is a way of life for hundreds of the working poor in Medicine Hat, yet experts say it is a reality many in the community choose not to recognize, and one Chris tries to distance himself from.
When I was walking around, yeah, it's very depressing. I dress up mainly so I stay invisible in the society end of it, so I don't get ridiculed.
The reality being that even though you don't look around and immediately see homeless individuals living rough on the streets, for us that are working in the field, our reality is that there's so much hidden homelessness that's happening here in Medicine Hat that we really need to be cognizant of.
Sleeping under semi-trailers and in different places that are not as visible as when you're sleeping on a grate, for example, in Toronto.
A small group of Hatters, most of whom work in outreach programs, took a literal approach to bringing attention to a situation data shows is worsening. The Hatters Without Homes campaign put these activists in the shoes of the individuals they hope to better support.
It is a right, I feel, that everybody gets a home. It's a need. Shelter, food and water. Shelter, number one.
Audrey Skoog organized the 48-hour experience into homelessness, and while the bright colors of the group's signs brought about positive support and extra funds for local shelters, they also uncovered the darker side of life for the homeless community in Medicine Hat.
We've encountered a lot of hate, threats, people who are just in complete denial about the pulse of their own city, and we just want people to see that there are people who are suffering and know they're not all drug addicts, know they're not all people who made horrible choices. I mean, 230 children accessed shelters in this last year. That's children. They didn't have a choice.
3 times the amount of people utilized Medicine Hat's food bank in March of this year compared to last. And with emergency shelters taking in over 150 people per night, homelessness may be an issue experts say is hidden in our city, yet certainly not one which can remain unseen. Scott Cunningham, Chat News.